Video I've been kind of asked by others on a couple things, but I think this video is gonna be on one of those categories, which is how to increase your Arise Luck. So if anybody doesn't know what Arise Luck is, I'll go ahead and turn off my autosell. The Arise Luck is when you kill an enemy, it'd be the very top option, and it'll usually give you an odds. So usually in the very first zone, your odds are usually 1 to 1. You should always be able to arise the unit you are looking at in the normal world. Or, of course, you have the option to sell. So, there is a couple ways that I've known to increase it. I'm actually going to turn my auto sell back on, or else I'm just going to be sitting here with very laggy stuff. So, anyway, so I've been asked on how to increase one's luck. Of course, you got swords. So one main thing is swords, and I'm just throwing these on because for some weird reason, every time I join my private server, it only shows me only having one sword equipped instead of my buffers as well. But if we go over here, you might be wondering, why do I have just random swords that are with clover? Well, the one thing is just because these give Arise Luck plus 25%, and that's with each ability. So each sword technically has a 75% Arise Luck. So that'd be 300% Arise Luck here, just in the swords. And granted, if you don't have the pass to have extra swords buffer, which is completely fine, you can have just the two, which would increase your Arise Luck by 150%. So that is one. The next thing is you can go to units and your buffers. So I found that usually 2 to 3 DPS is fine. Anything more than that's not really helpful. And what you could do is, if you have a very strong unit, you could pair one unit like how I have this team. If I was to equip this team, which I think it did, yes it did, which it did, what it's actually doing is increasing the amount of Arise Luck. Was there actually a 19 in there? There was, but it was rank D. Which Cosmic Luck will also increase the Arise Luck. So if you have a unit that you know, hence, let's say, if I had Monarch Plague, M rank, and trying to aim for a, I don't know, the next Monarch, which was Frostborn. If you know for a fact you can defeat him with that one unit, go ahead. But my best advice to you is use your best team to attack him, and then when he gets close, equip to this team or swap to the next team that has your Arise Luck on them, or more Arise Luck. Because I will say this, I know the Ascension Towers, you won't have a high chance to even Arise a unit if you don't start stacking up on Arise Luck. So of course you got Cosmic Luck, so each of my buffers has it. Of course, I say buffers, but a lot of people think, oh, well, buffers means the extra 5 on the team. Technically, yes, and technically no at the same time. So buffers just mostly stay your non-DPS units. So usually most people have 2 to 3 DPS, and the rest would usually just stick with either Cosmic Luck, or I've known some people use Destiny Rewriter, which is fine, but if you want also more gold drop, or maybe even more equipment drop chance, your best bet's to try and aim for Cosmic Luck. So that's so there's two things there. Now, I am going to go to Halos. So, Halos, there is, I think, 3 or 4 of them. I think there's 3, because I don't think any of the new ones got any added. Yeah. So there should be 3. So, or no, 4. So there's Arise Luck 10%, which is the ice. There is Aura, or Aurora, which is 30%. There's Spotlight Cannon, which is 80%, and then there's Sagittarius, which is 200%. So even with just your whole team, the swords, so the swords are 300%. of course, most people aren't gonna have Sagittarius. Most people might have Aurora, maybe even Spotlight Cannon. Most people probably gonna have Spotlight Cannon. But it's completely fine for Aurora or Spotlight Cannon, because that'll just gonna add a little bit more. So just with the swords alone, you might be looking towards 380 to 220%, or 230, my bad, or 230% if you don't have the extra swords. On top of that, each one of these giving 40% of Rise Luck. So what is that? 40, 80, 120, 160, 20. What? 120. Oh yeah, no, 160, 200, 200, 240, 280, 320. So yeah, 320. So there's another 320%. On top of that, if I was to add, also, if the best time to actually like grind for the unit you need is on weekends, because you get a week luck or a weekend luck boost, which is usually 2 times. So on top of that percentage, you get a 2 times multiplier for luck, which is actually really nice. So hence why a lot of people do their grinding. And if you're having issues trying to find the tower or anything you need, I hate to be saying this or promoting this, but going into the game's Discord and requesting for a certain tower that you may be looking for, or and there is a request channel for an Ascension tower. A lot of times people will put like looking for Ascension tower, and let's say if I'm aiming for Grendel will usually spawn to 3 to 4. Granted, if it's in the 4 variant, he's gonna have higher HP. So that's why a lot of times I usually state people, if you're looking for Grendel or even Monarch or Plague, you want 3, or not 3. Yeah, you want 3 for Grendel, and Monarch or Plague you would want 5. Or yeah, you would want 5. But let's say you need Grendel ranked G, because usually a lot of people will just say G because they can rune up it to get N, or rune down to get SS. So that's why a lot of people aim for Gs, because they can use a rune up to N or a rune down for SS. But that's what you can always put in the Discord, just looking for Ascension, whatever Ascension you need, and the rank. And a lot of times, I'm in my own private server, so it doesn't matter if I sent that in there. But that's what you put in there, and it's an easier way to find raids, because then people could, if I wanted to say, like, one of these was a D, or not a D, but one of these was a G Ascension raid, and it was one, and I could check the Discord, see if there's anybody that needed it. I could just go here, invite, and it'll give me the link, and then I could send the link into the Discord for anybody who usually needs some help. Wow, I'm 100 plus on that. But which is actually not a bad thing, because it makes looking for raids a lot easier. Alright, now that I got Halos done, mounts is the next one. And granted, I don't have the proper mounts that usually you should aim for, because I haven't bought the Christmas one, nor the new Easter one. But and if you need to know what this one is, it's in Piaopo Gamers YouTube videos. If you want to take a look at that, that's in his video, as well as the Christmas one. But both of these give high amount of Rise Luck, so if you have the pass here, to where you can have, I don't know if it's dual more than the actual physical name of the pass off the top of my head, but if you have 2 of them, you're aiming for Rise Luck, do the Daikin and the Christmas present for 2025. But for me, I usually just do the Broken Sky because it has 220%, and I usually do the Big Tooth card, which has 120. If you can't afford this one nor this one, of course, I would say you could save up to. But I mean, in your first starter, just to get movement, I would say Big Tooth card is completely fine. Now that we got mounts out of the way, we are going to go to fruits. So, there are two fruits currently that can increase. One's a Rise Luck, and they are Moon, which is the major one, and Ice Knight, which is the other one. So, I don't fully know how much it increases it, but it's 130, 139. I don't know if it's additive or that's just increasing however much per level up. So, like, this is 130 starting off, you get up to level 4, it's 139, and so on, all the way down to 220%. Same thing with this one. This one gets to 160. But there's fruits. If you don't know how to get the moon fruit, it is in the exchange. Scroll all the way down towards the bottom. And is this blue galaxy looking apple. Is essentially what it would be. Now, let me think. Oh, there is one more. And hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. But there is a machine that is in World 11. And of course, if you can't get there, it's completely fine. That will also give you a Rise Luck. So, and in order to get these shards, or whatever you want to call them, you have to run raids that are 11 and higher, and there is a drop chance. There's a chance that during the raid you could pull one of these. So that's another way to be able to drop or not drop, but that's another way to increase your Rise Luck. And one more thing before I forgot, there are equipment that actually increases the Rise Luck. Granted, I don't think I have one of the ones from the exchange shop, which, oh well, but I'll show you anyway. So I think it was the other one, this one. So if you had last season's pass, which was the Easter event, you would have had this one for a Rise Luck, which actually both of them give a Rise Luck. So there's a Rise Luck, so some of the equipment from last pass gave it. But if you happen to miss that, which is fine, there is 2 items in here, but you can actually get 3 altogether, even though for some reason I'm missing this one. It's the blue wands. The blue wands here, or the blue snowflake wands, give a Rise Luck too. So those are also something you can aim for. But other than that, I think that's all in terms of, and people are going to probably ask, well, what do I go for? To be honest, go for all of them at the same time, because in order for you to get these, you have to run raids. And it might be a raid you can't physically run, because it's just random. The mounts is kind of up in the air, and the swords you just kind of have to grind to get. But other than that, that's kind of all for this one. A good one. Bye.